Well, hi there. Welcome to episode 369 of Roqe. I'm jianghomeshi. Maybe it's finally time for Iranians to take copyright seriously. Respect for creative ownership is not just a legal nicety. You might say it's the bedrock of any civilized cultural ecosystem. So when someone builds something original, a song, a script, a story, a show, and another party takes it without permission, that's not homage. That's not flattery. That's theft. And yet, in the Persian cultural universe, both inside Iran and beyond, this kind of theft too often flies under the radar, or worse, gets waved off as normal, as if originality is optional, as if ideas don't belong to anyone, as if nobody's really watching. Maybe it's time for Iranians to take copyright seriously. This past week marked 5 years since we launched Roqe. April 16, 2020, the beginning of a vision to tell stories that mattered, to elevate unheard voices, to do long-form interviews, to build something authentic and we hope lasting in a new Iranian media space. And this past weekend, right around our anniversary, we found out that a new Persian TV program produced in Iran has launched. And it's also called Roqe. And by the way, it's an interview show, and its colors are black and red. Right. No call, no conversation, no checking copyright, no attempt to license or ask or even acknowledge, just taken, as if the name, the concept, the brand we've nurtured for 5 years was simply free for the lifting. And look, obviously we're just some little podcast, right? Albeit with over 30 million streams since we launched. But we're emanating from Canada, clearly not important enough. You'd think they might have checked, though. And if they didn't, that's what we face. And if they did, I rest my case. It's time for Iranians to take copyright seriously. Now, I get it. We're in a new age with AI and digital duplication, with algorithms churning out content at warp speed, and with a generation raised on memes and mashups. Some might argue that intellectual property feels quaint, even archaic. But if anything, this moment makes creative ownership more sacred, not less. In a world where imitation is easy, originality has to be defended. And the rights of the creator matter more than ever. And I wish I could say I was surprised at the stealing, but I've seen this before with no ceiling. And many of you have too. Let's leave Roqe aside. Consider the countless Persian streaming platforms that host films, broadcast concerts, or play music with no regard for licensing, no royalty payments, no respect for the creators. Admit it, you know them. It's not uncommon to see entire Western movies with Persian subtitles slapped on, uploaded to the benefit of clicks and Irani ad dollars. Or indie films by Iranian expats pirated online before they even finish festival runs. You want an example? The acclaimed film Circumstance by Mariam Keshavarz, a powerful, bold, banned in Iran exploration of LGBTQ themes, was widely pirated and distributed in Persian circles, often with bootleg translations, and no credit to the filmmaker. Her story, her vision, her intellectual property treated like public domain just because it was made by one of our own? Yes, her film made waves underground. Yes, it was watched, but not in a way that empowered her materially as an artist, not in a way that gave her anything back. It's a kind of applause without hands, fame without fairness, reach without respect. It's time for Iranians to take copyright seriously. Then there's the sad case of dear Farid Zoland, whom we've had on this program a couple of times, a living legend, the maestro behind some of the greatest Persian pop classics. His melodies are sung at weddings and protests and parties across the globe. Find an Iranian who wouldn't think him a hero, but his royalties, pretty much zero. Despite a catalog that would have made him a millionaire many times over in any Western market, Farid lives with modest means, not because he lacked talent, but because too many played his music without paying for it, because there were no enforceable laws, and let's be honest, because too few cared. And then consider the devastating example of Iraj Pezeshkzad, the brilliant mind behind My Uncle Napoleon, Dayjun Napoleon. Published in 1973, the novel became a cultural phenomenon in Iran, leading to a highly successful television adaptation in 1976. The series was a massive hit, with the broadcaster reportedly paying about 200 million rials, 4 times the production cost, to buy the rights to the series. Yet, despite the show's immense popularity and financial success, Pezeshkzad himself did not receive compensation anywhere near commensurate with the value his work generated. As another legendary Iranian once told me with a whisper, Iraj had barely made a penny from my uncle Napoleon before he died in 2022. In contrast, authors of similarly beloved works in the West have reaped significant financial rewards. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, became a billionaire through royalties and related revenues. Surely Pezeshkzad's experience underscores the systemic issues in recognizing and compensating creative talent within the Iranian cultural sphere. You see, this isn't just about names or brands or money. It's about values. How do we expect to cultivate a thriving creative culture if we don't protect the creators, if we don't honor the ownership of ideas, if we don't teach our kids that downloading creative content without paying for it isn't just some harmless little act, it's an erasure of the artist behind it? It's time for Iranians to take copyright seriously. And yes, this is also about Roqe, a name we built with care, a show we built from scratch, a platform born of passion and persistence. So when someone else slaps that name on a new program on the same date, no less, it doesn't just feel careless, it feels deliberate and dismissive. Maybe in some circles that won't matter. Obviously, this won't make big headlines, but it should start a conversation, no? Because until we respect those who create, their rights, their work, their ownership, we remain stuck in a cycle that punishes innovation and rewards appropriation. It's not too late to shift the mindset, but it starts with calling it out loudly, clearly, proudly. Creative work has value. Names matter. Ideas matter. Intellectual property should not be forsaken. And Roqe, well, it was already taken.